and Assessment Program, which is also known as TEAP, as required by the Merchant Shipping STCW Rules 2000. Sir associated on many forums. He has got a national award also for his contribution towards shipping. We are lucky and privileged to have him on board today. I'm sure today's generation, who are future leaders for maritime India, and present generation who are already actively working for making India a name in maritime domain, will be benefited from his own experience from the leadership journey that he will be sharing with us. This is live telecast on Seller Today YouTube, so any one of you are unable to join on Google link can also watch on YouTube. New Mumbai campus for being part of this. So over to you, sir.
So within a trip or two, and some of my batchmates, even on the very first trip, were actually standing third mate's watch because there wasn't third mates. And of course, that was under the guidance of captain and the senior officers. So you got a very good grounding on, shouldn't say the word grounding in shipping, it doesn't sound nice. You got a very good way of gaining confidence that when you came down from apprenticeship, you didn't waste time in getting, exam passed and all that. It was all like kind of just easy thing to do. And then you join back as an officer with full confidence of knowing your job. So that was a fantastic time. All of us, took the advantage of that. But as time rolled on and you got into more senior positions, then you realize that it isn't just about, the day-to-day jobs. You have to handle a lot more stuff than that. The responsibilities that were thrust upon you way beyond your age. That was, something very particular about our profession at that time. Imagine people got promoted to the rank of captain at the age of 28, 29. And they are handling decisions which are life and death decisions, basically, and handling assets worth millions of dollars. It's not something that other professions would expose you to, at that early age. So it was, so that was the scene at that time. Today, of course, it's changed a lot. I can appreciate that. But the sort of upbringing that one had, in my case, Scindia Steam Navigation, was such that you very quickly realized that you had to perform, and the responsibilities that were thrust upon you, you had to fulfill. And that's the way, the seniors also expected of you. When you rose up to senior rank as a chief mate, out those days, the masters would practically just leave the ship to you. Everything regarding cargo, maintenance, whatever, so-called deckside operations, were chief officer's baby. And the senior masters would rarely have to step out of their cabins to the deck to see what's going on. They had so much faith in the mates. And that's what you realized that you had to fulfill always. You couldn't let them down. So yeah, so those were the highlights, the great days in India, uh, you know, exciting trips, exciting ships and everything, different kind of ships. Uh, but then came the lowlights, and the lowlights were the company that we were serving so loyally was looking at fold up, getting to close down, and one didn't know one's future. So this was a result of the downturn that was experienced by shipping in the 1980s and mid 80s, and you know, iconic company like India also couldn't sort of come out of that downturn, and all of us who were serving there for years were wondering about our futures. And a point came where, well, you had to leave Scindia's and you didn't have any other job. You were pounding the paves of Nariman Point, looking here and there for a placement. It wasn't easy. And it's not like that ever got rejected, because, we had a strong upbringing and a solid record from Scindia's. But the thing was, there weren't openings enough. And ultimately, luck by chance, you may call it, somewhere or the other, you fitted in. In my case, it happened to be barber, right? And but that period from 86 onwards up to, you can say, 2-3 years thereafter, 90, was a low time. There was family, there was young children, there was housing to look after, parents retired. Um, it was a sort of tricky period. But God's grace, we came through that, and got re-established, stabilized, and sailing went on in Barber, or later on Williamson, for the next 10, 11 years, during which tremendous experience was gathered, different kinds of cargoes, ships, people. That's terrific learning all the way. And then I got the invitation to come ashore from Barber itself when they were setting up a training center in Bombay. Somehow somebody, the boss, they believed that I could do justice to that position. And I unhesitatingly said yes. So from the ship, I landed straight to training center. It was just being established then. So me and a colleague, Mr. Pawan Kapoor, two of us set about in creating the training center, which is now today known as IMTC. And it was an exciting time because we had the support of the Williamson Corporate, to the extent that they were ready to invest in training, but not as a in-house training center. It was clearly told that you will be a profit and loss unit. You have to look after yourself. We'll do the initial investment, but you have to make sure you recover it and make profits after that. So there was a lot of strategizing that we did, Pawan and I, what to do, how to set up, and all of these things. And ultimately, when the training center took shape, it was a unique place, as a training, among training centers. People would come and see, hey, what's this place? The first full mission bridge simulator in India, outside of the gift from Japan that was installed in LBS College, was established by IMTC, by us. So, I mean, that's a small history that tells you how progressive we were at that time, and still are. So, yeah, so that was another huge learning experience, coming ashore and looking at what goes on the shore side. absolutely eye-opening from the point of view of shipmaster who, who he thought he knew everything. And then the years rolled by, this training center did well. Time came to retire. Uh, but I had the good fortune to be then associated with the IIM Ahmedabad in the area of executive education for ports and for shipping, also for aviation and so on. So executive education I'm talking about is not your 2-year degree course, but short courses of 1 week, 10 days, 4 days, 5 days, like that, attended by upper level executives, mid to upper level. So that was a rare opportunity that I got, and through that, IIM Bangalore and other management business schools I got involved with. So my focus shifted a little bit into the managerial development within shipping, and I'm glad that that came my way. So that was another highlight, if I have to call it. So that still goes on, occasional lecturing here and there, and occasional involvement in some assignments and so on. The latest one being IIM Mumbai, where we have, with CMMI, started executive MBA last year. The first year is actually going on. So I'm a part of that course development, and also have some courses within that. So that's where we stand today. Coming to what I would want to share particularly with you, which if you take it as some words of wisdom or whatever, is my values and beliefs when it comes to the workplace. And the word that I'm fond of using a lot is professionalism. Um, so how do we define professionalism? Professionalism is like when you have declared yourself as a professional, and we call ourselves maritime professionals, right? Great. So if we are a maritime professional, what does it mean? To me, it means you take full responsibility for what you have contracted yourself for as a professional. If this is what you have to perform, this is the responsibility that you have to fulfill, and you have to show 100% commitment to it. No excuses. If this is a job to be done, you have undertaken the responsibility of doing it. Get it done, and don't give excuses. You know, uh, I mean, that's top level of professionalism uh, that I could describe to you. Too often we try, of course, we are uh, sincere about achieving those goals that we have set about or been given by our superiors, and